In this lesson, we will learn about SQL wildcards. So, what exactly are wildcards? Well, they are special characters which are used in where clauses like the other operators we have explored in previous lessons. However, an interesting thing to note about their syntax is that they are used with a like keyword. So, what are wildcards used for? Basically, these characters are used for substitution of string characters. This will be more clear when we go through some examples. First, let's see the different kinds of wildcards. Here are some of the various kinds of wildcards and what they are used for. Let's go through them one by one. The percent symbol wildcard matches 0 or more characters of a string. The underscore wildcard matches any one character in general. This wildcard uses the starting and closing square brackets. It is used for matching any one character within the brackets. The hyphen wildcard matches any one character within the given range. Lastly, this wildcard also uses the starting and closing square brackets, but in addition, it deals with the caret or exponent symbol. It is used for matching any one character, not specified within the brackets. Let's now go through examples using our case studies user table as reference. We will see how we can combine the various wildcards to return observations based on the strings that get matched. We'll proceed to the hands-on coding on the dbfiddle for the first two wildcards. I already have the ddl and insertion command with me for the user table. These will be provided to you for reference on the LMS. Let's observe our table first. As expected, we have the user table with our three observations. Now let's see the first two wildcards in action. Here is an example for the percent wildcard. Note that in all our examples, the first line of code will be constant. It deals with selecting of the data in each column present in our user table. Now let's proceed what is specified in the where clause. We are searching for data present in the user language column, but specifically for data that adheres to this pattern. The sequence of characters en%. The like keyword helps us search for a certain sequence or pattern in our column of data. Now let us run the query. As a result of running this code, we get these observations. You see that all the three rows in our original data table gets returned. Why is that? Essentially, we are checking to see if the characters en are present along with any number of characters after that, if any. That is, having en present at the beginning of the string is mandatory. Then the percent indicates that we can have any additional characters after that, or the string can just end in en also. In our case, we get these rows returns because of the strings present in our user language column. The three rows start with en, and then we have some other characters after that. That is -us, -uk, and -in. The wildcard sequence accepts all of these. Now let us observe the underscore wildcard. Here we are referring to the city column, that is user city column, and we are attempting to match the sequence of letters plus underscores as shown on the screen. Let's understand this pattern. There are 6 characters in total that the string should have. The first character is L, the third is the letter N, the fifth is the letter O. The second, fourth, and sixth characters are all underscores. We have introduced earlier that an underscore wildcard matches any single character. So these 3 characters could be anything, but the first, third, and fifth is fixed. That is, it has to be L, N, and O respectively. Let us run this query. As you may have guessed, this is the sole observation that gets matched. It's clear that the user city column, that is the London value, is the only string that matches the criteria. Note that MySQL, that is dbfiddle, supports only the percent and underscore wildcard. For the rest of the examples, we will cover the working in our slides. In this where clause, we are looking at the data that is present in the user country column this time. We are explaining here the square brackets wildcard. This time, the pattern to check after the like keyword is bracket U T, again the closing bracket and the percentage symbol. Let's break this down. As we have introduced earlier, the brackets are used to match any single character that's present within the brackets. In our example, we are trying to match what is present in the brackets, that is, the character U or the character T. The strings should basically start with either of these two. Then we have the percent wildcard, which we have just covered, meaning that 0 or more characters after the initial bracket match is accepted. Now, as a result, we get this. You can see that in the user country column, there are only two rows that got matched, USA and UK, because they both qualify based on the pattern given. That is, they both start with the character mentioned in the brackets, that is U or T. In our case, it is U. And then the percent symbol means any character after that gets accepted. Note that the row containing India as a country is absent because it doesn't satisfy the criteria. The string in this case starts with I and doesn't start with U or T. Let's proceed to another example. You can refer to our original user table. Now please follow the sample code for the wildcard. This time, we are matching a string from the user city column with the hyphen wildcard specifying a range of characters. In the brackets, we have specified A to L, meaning we are trying to match strings that start with the characters specified in the range from A to L. That is, it could start from A, B, C, etc. all the way till the letter L. Then we have the percent wildcard, which indicates that 0 or more characters after the initial range match is acceptable. Now, here is the output. If we observe the user city column, we see that London and Delhi got matched. Seattle, on the other hand, is removed. Why is that? Well, according to our pattern, we are first checking if the characters in the string begin with A to L. That is why London and Delhi are accepted as they start with L and D respectively. They are a part of the specified range, but Seattle with S, which falls out of the range. Hence, it is not present in our output. Moving on, we have this code sample to observe the functionality of the caret or exponent wildcard. Once again, for your reference, we have the original user table on screen. Now, we are matching the strings from the user country column, specifying those with the pattern matched in the sequence, brackets, with the caret, capital U, closing brackets, and the percent symbol. This indicates that we are matching strings that starts with any character not specified in the brackets. In this case, U. That is, we are matching countries that do not start with the letter U. As you're already familiar with the percent wildcard, that is, after that, 0 or more characters after the initial bracket match is acceptable. Hence, we get this sole observation. India is present, but UK and USA are removed. That is straightforward since UK and USA both start with U, and we are looking for a match of strings that do not start with the letter U. That is why we got India as the output.